Hey guys, Pogosick29 here, and welcome to video number 5. Today, we are going to learn the basics of configuration files by allowing server owners to set the message of our MOTD plugin. So, we're not going to be starting a new plugin, we're going to be making this MOTD plugin even better. So, we can go ahead and open up this code. Okay. So, this class right here extends Java plugin, and one of the attributes of a Java plugin is that it can have a configuration file. So, basically, a configuration file is a file that's generated by the plugin that can be accessed by the plugin and changed by the plugin or changed manually if a server owner opens it. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to create our plugin file. So you're going to right-click on src and do New File, and we're going to call it config.yml. So now you'll have your config and your plugin both in the same area in the src package. And this is another YML file. This is not code. This is a YAML configuration, right? YAML syntax file. So basically, what we're just going to do in here is we're just going to have a string called, say, message, and then we need to give it a default value. The default value will be welcome to the server. Enjoy. So whenever the configuration file is generated, there will already be a message there. But server owners can open up the configuration file and change it. So now we need to get that configuration file to actually generate. So what we need to do is in our onEnable, it doesn't matter if you do this before or after registering events, you just do getConfig.options.copyDefaults true, and then save config. Basically, what that does is it copies the default configuration, which is what we have specified in here. It only does that if there isn't a configuration file. Then it saves the file. Whenever you're modifying a configuration file in with your plugin, you need to always add the save config line, or else it will not apply if you reload or restart. Okay, so now our configuration file will generate. So what we can do is instead of saying welcome to the server, we just do getConfig.getString message. And now what that did is it got the configuration file, and we can do this because this is a Java plugin, and one of the attributes of a Java plugin is the configuration. Then you see getString. There are options to get, integers or strings or booleans or pretty much any data type. And this string, and you need a string path, which is message. So it'll look for this called message, and it'll return whatever's here in the form of a string. So when we start it, then that will show our message that we have specified. Now I'm also going to show you how to allow people to change the configuration file in-game. And for this, I'm going to show you, how to modify the configuration with your plugin, and I'm also going to teach you a handy Java feature called the string builder. So let's just go ahead and set up our command method. Command sender, command cmd, string, command label, and string array of arguments. And let's go ahead and import that, and make sure to import the right command. Okay, so now if cmd.getName.equals case set MOTD. So our command set MOTD will be the command. So first, if args.length equals 0. So if they don't specify any arguments, then we just want to tell them that they should do that. And this one This one does not require it to be a player. It could also be the console, so we're not going to bother with that check. So sender.sendMessage check color.red, and we're going to say please specify a message. And then, of course, we need the code to stop right there. Now what we're going to do is, we don't know how long their message is going to be. So what we need to do is we need to cycle through all of their arguments and build all of their arguments into a string. And then once we have this string, then we set the configuration. So what we're going to do is we're going to type string builder str, you can call it whatever you want, equals new string builder. And now what this does, and you have to import this, is it gets you an instance of the string builder class, which is a Java class. So now we're going to use a for loop. So for int I equals 0, I is less than args.length and I++. So what we're saying is we're making an integer called I, and we're saying that as long as it's less, basically we're saying for every argument, we're going to do str.append args I. So what's that doing is it's saying it's cycling through all of the arguments, and then for each argument it's going to append, it's going to attach to the string builder that argument. And I added a space there so that it's not all, jumbled up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to say string MOTD equals str.toString. So what I just did is I turned whatever arguments they specified into a string. So now we can do sender.sendMessage, and then let's put this in green and say MOTD, and then we're going to say plus MOTD. Okay. So, oh, sorry, forget that. That's going to be for our other command. Okay, so now we have the MOTD, what they want it to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to say getConfig.set message, comma, MOTD. So now what that does is it finds this thing called message and it sets it equal to the string MOTD, which is whatever they specified. Then we need to do save config, so it actually saves it and applies. And then let's just go ahead and send them a message, and we will say, message, we'll just say MOTD set to, and then we'll have it actually tell them what the MOTD is, so that they know if they did it right. Alright. And now we're also going to quickly, we're just going to make an MOTD command that displays the message. cmd.getName.equals ignore case MOTD. And then we're going to say sender.sendMessage getConfig.getString message. So just like we sent them the message when they joined, we're getting the configuration file, and then we're sending them the message. We're sending them whatever the message is that was specified. And we just need to add this. So now, in our plugin.yml, we need to register our commands. You don't need to register anything related to configuration files. That's all you need to do for configuration files. So let's just go ahead and do this. Commands. And it's going to be MOTD usage / command description view MOTD, and then we're going to say set MOTD usage / command description set MOTD. And we're going to set this to version 2.0 now that we've added more advanced MOTD plugin. So that should work. Let's go ahead and export it and test it out. Alright, and Save. Yes, and we want to overwrite it because we want to replace the old one with this newer, better one. Alright, testing server. Let's go ahead and start up our testing server and make sure that there were no problems. Alright, looks like the server started up correctly. Now let's go ahead and log into Minecraft. Okay, so it says, welcome to the server, enjoy. And remember, that's the message that we set it to be. So now, again, if you do /MOTD, it will send the message. It looks like I forgot to tell it to send the message in green, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so if you want it to send it to them in green, then you can say that, and then you can say, oops, my bad. Send message, and then we can say MOTD, and then the configuration. So that works, and now let's try set MOTD. So it does say please specify a message, so you do need a message in order to do it. So now let's try this is a test. Now let's do MOTD, and it says this is a test. And indeed, if we log out and log back in, it says this is a test. So there you go, guys. We just learned configuration files, the basics. Next time, we're going to learn about the basics of permissions, and we're actually going to add a permission that you need in order to use the set MOTD command. Thank you guys for watching, and if you have any requests of things that you want to learn, just leave a comment, and I will definitely cover it. Thanks, guys. Bye.